Both PocketPair and Nintendo have announced their new farming simulator game, and this is hilarious. So, PocketPair decided, sorry. Nintendo decided to reveal their newest Pokemon game called Poke Pia. It is a farming simulator game that is similar to, I would say, from the looks of it, it looks like Animal Crossing, right? And at first impression, I hated how much I liked the concept of this game. It's as if you had Animal Crossing and you were able to use Pokemon to help you around your little village and town. And the concept, oh my goodness, it seems good. But then a week later, Palworld decides to slap Pokemon in the cheeks and we get Pal Farm. And Pal Farm just looks like a better version of Poke Pia. It looks better in every aspect when it comes to the graphics, the visuals. It looks way more polished. It looks way more entertaining, and the text dialogue there looks nice as well, the UI for that. You know for a fact that Nintendo is shaking in their boots right now. Pokemon is shaking in their boots. They're in a lawsuit right now. And they both decided to reveal these trailers that show a Animal Crossing-like game. My hope for these games are that they are just as enjoyable as Animal Crossing was. Animal Crossing was so fun, and I remember when I first picked it up, my first Animal Crossing game was, of course, Horizons on the Switch. It was so popular and everyone was telling me to get it, and it's just that cozy game that everybody was into and everybody enjoyed. And I really hope that this next Palworld one, yes, I am rooting for Palworld. I really hope that this next Palworld one just blows it out of the water and it just sets the new stage for these new creature catching farming games, right? Like Animal Crossing. I do have some ideas that I would love Pal Farm to include. And one of those things is a museum like they had in Animal Crossing. I'm not sure with what type of creatures, right? Because you do have pals, but that was a very fun concept to have. They could also add the different islands like the Sakurajima, the Fabric, and the Tides of Terraria island. And they also announced a new collab, a new crossover with Ultra Kill. And you know that they're probably going to have an island for that too. And that would just be amazing to have in Pal Farm. They also showed off seasons just like in Animal Crossing. And they show Kativa building a snowman, and that's just adorable. This game really does remind me of when Palworld first came out. It was just a hilarious time to be alive. It was so goofy. You had Depresso trying to drown himself. You had yourself picking up these 300-pound pals like it was no big deal. And it was just hilarious time. One crossover especially that I really would like to see is a crossover with Digimon. That would just be that would be a hilarious slap in the face for Pokemon. Arguably their two biggest competitors collabing, and Digimon would just fit right into Palworld. It's a great collab in my opinion. Pal Farm is just gonna get hate no matter what. I mean, PocketPair, you have my full support. You're gonna get hate from a bunch of people, but you have my support. I don't like the idea of supporting Nintendo, especially with their business practices, with patents and all that and their lawsuit. And you're gonna get hate anyways, PocketPair. I mean, even their publishing manager and communicator director had to make a Twitter post saying that no, they are not wizards and they did not make this game in a week. A lot of Pokemon fans for some reason are just hating and think that PocketPair just made this game just to troll Nintendo, but honestly this is just their own concept that they've said that they've been working on for a year. This guy Bucky also said that they are working on something even bigger than this, a spin-off game I think. And one concept that I can just think of that I really would like to see from Palworld is a mystery dungeon like game. Imagine being able to play as your favorite pal. And Pokemon hasn't done a mystery dungeon in forever, and I know yes DX came out in like 2020, but it was just the updated graphics of an older game and it was at the low price of $60. But $60 wasn't really low at that time, was it? That was industry standard, and now it's $80 thanks to Nintendo. But now let's get back to Poke Pia. I do like the concept of Ditto being the protagonist. Yeah, I like the concept of you playing as Ditto, right? I think that's kind of funny. I'm not sure. I think you still find Pokemon and you catch them, right? In the trailers, Ditto was walking around and he found a Charmander. He found the Kanto starters, right? I don't think he was catching them though. I think they were just, you know, all living together and just working together. But of course, Palworld, they decide to, or sorry, PocketPair, they decide to just, of course, appeal to the dark side. It seems like that Pangullet and yourself, you are a human, of course, like from Palworld. You're just having a nice chit chat, and then for some reason you whip out your old pal ball and then you chuck it at the Pangullet, and now he's yours, right? That's Palworld, right? Palworld is just the more mature version of Pokemon, as it seems, right? But let's talk about gameplay, right? So when it comes to Poke Pia, it seems like, of course, you're building your house. The Pokemon help you around the area. They help you with watering your plants, you know, terraforming and whatnot. Whatever else that was there, I'm not sure. And it seems like a pretty entertaining game, right? I mean, they didn't show too much. They just showed that, you know, you could have picnic with these Pokemon and you could... It's a cozy game, right? It's just cozy Pokemon. And then now we can turn to Pal Farm. And what Pal Farm does is it shows you're kind of playing like Sims, I think, right? Because it looks like you're getting married to Zoe over here. Hold on. As I was editing this video, I decided to wishlist this game on Steam. And I saw in the description something weird. All you gotta do is you just gotta scroll down a little bit and then you get to Island Life. And in the beginning, you have conversations with your pals and you give gifts. Nobody cares, right? But then it says that you can gradually deepen your relationship with your pals. But not only that, but that they can play matchmaker with someone you are interested in. But it doesn't stop there. No, that'd be too nice. It says that you can deepen your bond so much with your pal or resident and grow into a special relationship. We hope Lavender's in this game. Get out of here, you yucky boy. Anyways, if we continue scrolling down, right, you also see that there is this black market dude. And it also says that he's at the edge of the island, which kind of tells me that this island will be kind of big. In the trailer, it looked kind of small, but this gives me hope that it would be kind of bigger. Anyways, you can get back to this dude. And there's so many pals there. I'm not sure how the pal encounter stuff works, but you can definitely see you are able to capture these pals and send them to the mines. Crazy that they had the mines down there and Depressa was just mining away. But it looks like a functioning and ecosystem of a town, right? So you had Anubis working as like a blacksmith. You had, what was that one? Lylene that was working like at a flower shop. And who knows what else, right? Both of these were just the beginning trailers. Who knows what else is going to come out? But so far, Pal Farm looks like a way more developed game than Poke Pia. They already had fishing in there. And it honestly, it just looks really nice. That's all I could really say. It looks incredible. It looks beautiful. Now, when it comes to the future of these games, I think these are the first ever Pocket Monster games that are like Animal Crossing, right? And who knows which one of these is going to do better. I know for a fact, Pokemon fans, they're just going to gobble up anything Nintendo throws at them. Anything that the Pokemon company throws at them, they're just going to eat it all up. But when it comes to people like myself who are honestly tired of the lackluster games that Nintendo's pumping out when it comes to Pokemon, and there's another video that I'm going to pump out about that. But when it comes to these low quality games and low effort games, I am 100% more convinced that Palworld would be a much better product to buy. Sorry, Pal Farm. It looks just way more entertaining. You got this bunny that's holding a chainsaw, cutting down the tree, helping you, lumber? And then the tree just falls on Pangullet. Like, this game is already looking like a goofy time. I just want to say that Pal Farm and PocketPair, I am 100% by your side. I am so looking forward to this new game coming out. And honestly, it's just a whole new experience. It's going to be a new experience for me. And then, you know, recently I've decided to stray away from Pokemon. I'm just not happy with the quality. Recently, one of my videos blew up. That video that all of you guys saw, that video was at like 28 views for like 2 weeks, and then one goofy goober at like 8 p.m. decided to watch it, and then it just started skyrocketing and it just went up to almost 30k, and that's insane. Thank you guys so much if you watched that one. And if you are not subscribed and you watched that one, what are you doing, buddy? Subscribe. There's gonna be more content, more yapping sessions. I did a little community post because there's a lot of new faces here and I want to know what type of content you guys like, and literally like 70% of you said you wanted more yapping sessions. I am working on these gaming videos, but I decided that I will put that in a different channel, and I'll probably link that in the description, so go check it out. Of course, my first video in that channel will be Palworld. I'm already working on that. I'm 100%ing this game, and especially with the new Palworld X like Hunters announcement and Update 1 announcement planned for 2026, you know I have to 100% entirety of Palworld. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, watching the video. If you made it to the end, like, subscribe, comment. God bless you. Jesus loves you. Bye.